Welcome back to the Mega Meeple, the show all about gamers and the games that bring them together. I'm your host, Tom, and I want to thank you for hitting that download button. If you like what you hear, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. And while you're there, leave us some kind words and put out some of that 5-star lovin'. And I'll give you a shout out at the next episode. And tell all your friends in your gaming groups about the Mega Meeple. I'd really appreciate it. Get the word out. I'm only one man. I could only do so much. Be sure to connect with me via the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, etc., 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. You know the ones. And all the links to our social media pages are on the website, www.themegameeple.com. Check out our YouTube channel, where we do some unboxing videos and reviews of games and accessories, as well as some Kickstarter previews. And the link to that is also on our social media page on the website. All right, enough of the intro. Grab a seat at the gaming table, serve up some chips and dip, grab a Mountain Dew, and let's get on with the show. Welcome back to the Mega Meeple. This is episode 19, and this is going to be a pretty short one. There's no guest today, or at least on this episode, although I'm getting some guests to line up. Some names you will recognize, some you will not, but I want to give them a spotlight and a platform to get their games and their product out there to all of you that are maybe interested in those things. So those are coming up in the upcoming episode, so stay tuned for that. It's been real busy. This episode's kind of late. I've had some internet connection issues where, it's like you're uploading the episode and it gets to like 80% or 85%, and then the connection just dies. So, well, what are you going to do? I've also been pretty busy with other things, actually, for the times and days that I typically record these episodes. Like I was busy Friday, and then Friday night went to a concert. All day Saturday was spent at a friend's house, basically doing all-day gaming. It's a little get-together he has twice a year. So we get together and play some role-playing games. And those that are not into RPGs, they have plenty of board games to play. So I was able to get 2 games of Stop Thief in there, as well as another scenario of Mansions of Madness. So those were fun. A few other things we've been planning for the podcast is looks like we're going to be bringing on a co-host. Now, I'm not sure if settle on one person. It may be for the first month or so, have different people come on as co-hosts and basically just kind of float that balloon out there. And if we come across a co-host that is really good, better than me, because well, in that case, I mean, everybody's better than me because I'm pretty new at this. But if we find that we click really well together to make a very entertaining and informative podcast, then we may stick with that one person until they get sick and tired of doing it. And then we'll get somebody else to be a guest co-host. So be looking for some additional voices on here. Also, I'm in the talks right now with a local game store, maybe doing a real quick spot each week of the game of the week, or what's available or what's coming out soon that week in retail. So we're getting things in place to get that done. And then, of course, the panel that I talked about in the last episode, still in the amoeba stages there, as far as getting some ideas racked up and just finding the people that are able and willing to appear and basically advocate for that particular topic. Begin some more videos on our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel, we actually will have a review of the deluxe dice bag from the D20 Collective. I mean, I've up to this point, I have basically used the small vinyl dice bags But this one deluxe dice bag, it's pretty hefty. It's pretty big, and it's waterproof. And I have a review of it on our YouTube channel. So go over and check that out, as long as with our other videos and previews that we have there. We got less than a week left in the Ultimate Gaming Table Kickstarter. We had Patrick on as a guest a few episodes ago. So, and I'm definitely kickstarting that one. So hopefully I'm near the beginning of the queue that it will be before the end of the year that we get our gaming table. Then I think you'll see the frequency of the videos at least start to bump up at that point, because actually at that point our gaming room will be pretty much complete. And no doubt I will have a review and revealing, I guess, of the gaming table once it arrives, to show you how easy it is to put it together and how it all works, and the accessories and so forth. Stay tuned for that. Of course, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll get notified once any of these videos go up. Also, in November is a local gaming con that happens here every year. It's called Mace. And we got some pretty cool games. I'm going to be GMing a few board games there. But I'll also be taking my audio equipment and video equipment there to videotape some how-to plays, some presentations, some previews of some unpublished games from people, or games that are soon coming to Kickstarter, as well as we'll have some interviews recorded live there at the event by some publishers and vendors. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. 3 days of gaming fun and meeting some really cool people in the industry, both nationally and local. And it was 2 years ago in November that I went to my very first, Mace was my very first gaming con that I went to. I went for, it's a 3-day event, but at that time I only went for Saturday, because I wasn't sure if I would be overwhelmed by it, because I was really pretty new at gaming at that point. But now I'm starting to feel pretty comfortable in those environments. So it'll be interesting and a lot of fun to go back and really just jump in both feet, meet some really cool people, make some new friends, visit with some old friends, and again, just being social. Well, that's it for this episode. I did say it was going to be a short one. That's one thing I've learned in podcasting, is if you have 5 minutes worth of material, you record 5 minutes. If you have 3 hours worth of material, you record 3 hours. The length of the podcast is irrelevant to the percentage or the numbers of listeners you get. But definitely stay tuned, as we will be making some additions, improvements, and changes to the nature and format of the podcast that I've described briefly in this episode. So certainly keep tuned in for that. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes. Contact us through our various social media sites. You can find the links on those at our website. And if you have any feedback or constructive criticism of what you'd like to see at these podcasts, or what you'd like to hear about, or if you are interested in being a guest co-host on one or more of these episodes, please reach out to me through our Contact Us page, also found on the website. So until next week, this is Tom saying, game on.